All right, welcome back, second grade. We are in packet number 3. And so in this packet, we're going to work on recounting stories, otherwise known as retelling stories. So we're going to do our reading, and then we're going to start at the beginning and make sure that we tell the important events in the order that they happen. And so this starts with lesson 7 in your packet. And so make sure that you found the page that looks like this, and it's titled Lesson 7, Recounting Stories, and it says, retelling stories will help you understand the order of events and how these events happen. And so it starts with a small little bit of reading down below where it says how the elephant got its long nose. And so notice it's in a beginning, a middle, and an end. So very simple. And so that would be a good practice for you to do, is just to read that short story about what happened to the elephant and then just retell. This is what happened in the beginning. This is what happened in the middle. This is what happened in the end. Okay. And try to do a little practice on that simple story before we get on to our bigger stories this week. Okay, so you may want to pause the video and then come back and do that. Okay, after you practice retelling, it says fill in the chart to tell the important events in the order that they happen. So the first thing that happened was that the crocodile bit the nose of the elephant. So you'd want to write that in the beginning area of the box. So you'd want to write the crocodile bit the nose of the elephant. Now you should be able to spell all those things because you're using your resources. You're going back to your work and making sure any of those words you don't know how to spell, you're checking back with the story. Then go ahead and tell us about what happened in the middle and what happened in the end. So make sure you write that neatly and carefully. Okay, go ahead and pause there, fill that in, and then you can come back and continue working with us. Okay, now that you're back, we're going to start the story, The Lion and the Mouse. And so this is a fable, and so it's going to be a story that teaches you something. So the first thing you'll want to do is start at the beginning of The Lion and the Mouse, take a look at that picture, read through it, practice retelling through it to an adult. Now remember, you can tell across your fingers maybe 10 things that happen, or you can use something like beans or little toys that you slide, whatever you want to do to make sure that you're counting off the events that happened in order, starting with the beginning, middle, and end. Yes, you're going to want to do more than 3 things because you're going to include some more details in this one because it's a little longer story. This close reader habits down here tells you that underlining the sentences that tell important events. As you reread, think about how you would retell those events in your own words. So if you're having trouble with that retelling, make sure you're underlining, and then that will help you to retell and you can practice that skill. Now in the next part it says, what important events should you include when you recount the story of the lion and the mouse? So you need to think back, what were the important events that happened in this story? So you'd want to practice retelling to somebody. If you had a hard time, go back and reread and do it again so that way you can get some more details. Then you're going to fill in the chart about what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Down below it says talk. It says recount the whole story to your partner in your own words. So not just reading off the page, but putting it into your own words, telling what happened in order, the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay. When you get to number 3, it's the writing section. It says, why does the lion tell the mouse, you were right, little one? Use the chart to help you write your answer. Write your answer in the space on page 15. So make sure that you go to this next page, and this is where you're going to write neatly and carefully, okay? So why does the lion tell the mouse, you were right, little one? Use the chart you filled out to help on page 14 to help you to write your answer. They give you a little hint there that says, what important event happens just before the lion says this? So you'll want to make sure this is a chance for you to practice your writing. So don't forget to check your writing, neatness, capitalization, letter formation, all those things that we work on in class. This is a great time to work on that. Okay? So that does it for today's story of The Lion and the Mouse. And so hopefully you do a good job working through that work. Make sure you check with an adult to make sure that you get it all checked off and it's your example of your very best work. All right, congratulations.